Shortly after experiencing the holiday of a lifetime scuba diving across the majestic Hawaiian Islands, Sam and Lauren, a 20-something young couple, are en route home to the UK when they experience complications with their aircraft. The pilot, Kiki, does everything he can, but he's forced to crash land into the ocean. The following morning, they drift up onto a sandy beach. The Wedding Singer, July 2015.
Hey, are you okay?
The man's voice repeated. I think so, replied Sam. Gradually, as a feeling returned to Sam's body, he rolled over and propped himself on his elbow, which then sank slightly into the wet sand.
Your buddy ain't looking too good.
This time Sam recognised the voice and acknowledged that the stranger was probably an Elvis lookalike or tribute. Sam then looked around to see Lauren, and the pilot still attached and drifting back and forth on the tide swell, which was now trying to pull them back into the water. A rush of adrenaline got Sam to his feet, and he headed straight for Lauren. She appeared pale and lifeless. He unzipped the front of her wetsuit and started to squeeze her hand. Babe, come on, wake up. There was no movement at all. Sam looked to see if she was breathing, but it was noticeably shallow. He gently tapped her on the cheek. Babe, it's me, Sam. Come on, please, wake up. He sat back holding her hand, staring at her. The man behind him, still and silently watching on. Suddenly, Lauren sat up, so surprised with Sam that he fell backwards in shock. She coughed, spluttered, and then threw up seawater. She rolled over, almost collapsing onto Sam's legs. Within a couple of minutes, she had fully regained consciousness, and they held each other. Close, thankful to be alive. Sam closed his eyes and thanked whatever gods had brought her back to him. Unexpectedly, she screamed into his ear and jumped backwards. Sam, there's a man behind you, she shouted, terror in her eyes. Yeah, it's fine, he found me. I think he's some kind of Elvis tribute act or wedding singer or something. We must have washed up on one of the hotel's private beaches. Sam then noticed Kiki still floating in the sea, his face badly cut and bruised. His hand was moving as if to try to flag their attention. Sam then turned back to the man on the beach, who was still just standing in silence and observing events. Excuse me, sir, could you help me pull the pilot up on the beach a little?
Yes, sir. I think we may need to get him some medication, replied the man. I have some painkillers in the hut at the end of the beach.
Together they carried the pilot along the beach and into a small hut where they laid him on a camp bed. Then the stranger opened a cupboard and extracted a box of tablets.
Give him one of these, he'll feel much better.
He passed the tablet and a bottle of water to Lauren. For whatever reason, they did not question either the nature of the drug or the dosage given to Kiki, simply assuming that it was some kind of painkiller. Sam and Lauren helped the pilot sit up and take the pill. He struggled initially to swallow, but then gulped and lay back down on the bed.
Don't worry, I'll get someone to come down and take care of him. Right, are you heard?
Lauren and Sam looked at each other and both shook their heads. Surprisingly, no. I think we both just have a few minor scrapes, that's all, said Sam.
Okay, let's leave him to rest,
the stranger said, indicating towards the door, and passing both a bottle of water. Outside, they sat on the beach in the shade of a palm tree. Where exactly are we? This must be either Oahu or Malaiki, questioned Sam, trying to remember the names of the Hawaiian Islands between Maui and Oahu.
You're washed up on the beaches of Utopia, my friends, replied the man, smiling back at them.
Having already given too much away, he knew it was only a matter of moments before he would need to explain. Sam was trying hard to put the pieces together, realising that his first thoughts regarding an Elvis tribute act were correct, although Hotel Utopia did not sound familiar at all. So you work here then, I take it, said Sam.
No, not exactly. This is my home. Well, not on the beach, just through the forest. I live on the other side.
Our plane crashed, interjected Lauren. We will need to get a flight to Oahu so that we can catch our flight back to the UK. Do you have a phone I could borrow so that I can contact someone?
I'm afraid not, ma'am, said the stranger. There are no phones on this island.
Sorry, mister, no phones in the entire hotel, questioned Sam.
I'm sorry, no, and my name is Elvis. Elvis Presley,
the man replied, waiting for the penny to drop. You certainly are, replied Sam, realising that he sounded halfway between a compliment and an insult, but also quite impressed that the guy actually believed that he was Elvis. So, how long have you been a tribute act? Asked Lauren.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand. What is a tribute act?
Elvis replied. Sam and Lauren looked at each other confused. Someone who impersonates Elvis, you know. Sam raised the corner of his upper lip and swung his arm in big circles, mimicking the legendary moves of the King, finishing with the classic "How much" in his best deep American accent. Elvis smiled. It had been so long since he performed on stage, but was thrilled to hear that his legacy and moves had continued.
Man, you're going to be in for a treat, he replied as he stood up.
I'll go check on your parlour friend, said Elvis, leaving the young couple sitting on the sand, completely confused. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Meet the Authors YouTube channel to see further video tutorials, tips and tricks. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook.